How do you spot a neighborhood before it blows up? Here's the thing, by the time it's in the headlines, the developers have already bought in. So how do you get in before the hype, especially if you're new to development? I'm Josephine, owner of Sapphire Development Group, a vertically integrated real estate development firm based in Nashville, Tennessee. Over the past couple of years, I've built an 8-figure development pipeline, and now I teach other real estate professionals on how to do the same. In today's video, I'm going to show you how to read between the lines and spot areas with massive development potential before other developers catch on. These are the exact signs I look for whether I'm developing in a major city or exploring a smaller emerging market. So let's dive in. First, look for infrastructure investment. One of the biggest clues that an area is about to grow is a city putting money into infrastructure. When you see sidewalks going in, streets getting repaved, transit lines expanding, that's not random. There's urban planning at hand, and it's a signal that someone behind the scenes is betting on that particular neighborhood. Development follows the money, so if the city is spending, it's often because private development is already planned or coming soon. Want to use this to your advantage? Check your city's planning or public works department for master plans. Look at their 3 to 5 year capital improvement plan, and if you see consistent investment in a specific neighborhood, pay attention. Drive the neighborhood, get out there. A second clue are zoning changes and permit data. You can often see the future of a neighborhood just by looking at its zoning map and understand patterns. Really look at where things are similar, where they're different, and then where there might be some opportunities for also higher density. When an area gets rezoned for mixed use, multifamily, or increased density, that's a huge clue. The same with permit activity. If there is a spike in new construction permits or major renovations, developers are already moving in. Here's what I do personally. I look for neighborhoods where I see 2 or 3 projects already breaking ground. I don't want to be first, I don't want to be last, but then I also look right outside of this currently hot pocket to see if there's even more opportunity. Because when one pocket is heating up, the block next door is usually next. Now let's talk demographics. Development follows people, and one of the most underrated signals is who's moving in. And if you start seeing young professionals, creatives, or entrepreneurs moving into a more affordable neighborhood, that's usually a sign that change is coming. You'll also start seeing early signs like yoga studios, co-working spaces, murals, farm-to-table cafes, and even stroller traffic. Yes, really. If I see women or men walking with young kids, that tells me that the area feels safe. And that's a great sign. It's not just about trends. These businesses show up where early adopters live. Usually, people just get creative in order to get something started and going there. Developers follow that energy. A great example of this in Nashville is The Nations. It used to be an industrial under-the-radar area. Then creatives moved in, local coffee shops popped up, and the whole neighborhood exploded with development. Here's the absolute most obvious signal to get into an area, and that is when you see other developers and investor activity. This one is super simple, but sometimes gets overlooked. Just keep your eyes open when you're driving around, go for a walk or a run. Is there a dumpster in the driveway, or an excavator on a corner lot, or fences going up around vacant land? Do you see older homes getting new roofs, windows, or paint? These are developer breadcrumbs, and when you start seeing them cluster in the same few blocks, you know something is brewing. If I see 2 or 3 active projects on one block, I'm looking right next door. I don't want to overpay where the boom already happened. I want to build just outside the wave and find another huge, well-located, undervalued neighborhood. And this one might sound obvious too, but it's absolutely critical. I look how far a neighborhood is from downtown or major job centers. Also, is the neighborhood near public transit or highways? Is it next to a hot neighborhood, but still affordable? If everything checks out and the prices are still low, you might be staring at a hidden gem. Now, quick reality check. Not every cheap area is a good deal. You still have to do your due diligence. You have to make sure that it's safe. I've developed in some really rough areas, and you got to make sure that you are really aware where you're developing. So here are some of my red flags to avoid. If there's no public or private investment coming into that area or going into that area currently, high crime rates with no downward trend, failing schools or limited community support, heavy resistance to development that can kill deals fast. So check out who the council members are in that area if you're looking at any kind of rezone. Don't confuse cheap with opportunity. The fundamentals still have to make sense, and sometimes these areas need more time before they're worth investing in. So here's my recap. Spotting the next hot neighborhood isn't about guessing, it's about paying attention to what most people overlook. That means watching what the city is doing, tracking what developers are building, following where the peoples are moving, and getting in just before the crowd. These are the exact strategies I've used to build profitable projects before the media tells you it's a hot area. If you want to learn more about development, check out our coaching program, Developer Academy. We have an amazing community of developers building real projects all over the country, and we would love to help you get yours off the ground. If this video helped you think more strategically, it would mean the world to me if you like it, subscribe, and leave a comment sharing what you've learned. And if there's anything you would like me to cover next, just let me know. I post videos every week, and I'm here to help you on your development journey. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.